before we begin this lesson on online recruitment, I would like you to please just introduce yourself to the class. Mark, please introduce yourself.
Thank you. Hello, my name is Mark. I'm from France. Nice to meet you, teacher, in class.
Nice to meet you too, Mark, and welcome from France. Sahar, please introduce yourself. All right. Welcome to you too, Sahar, and I'm so glad you can join the day's lesson. As I mentioned before, today's lesson is called Online Recruitment. Okay. Now, the first statement says, how did you find the job you have now? How did you find the job you have now? Mark, go ahead.
Thank you, teacher. My opinion, for find the job, I use the internet or the newspaper. Thank you.
All right. Excellent, Mark. So you use the internet and newspapers. All right. That's definitely how most people do it. So I just want you to be careful. Please don't forget to say, I used the internet. Okay, I used the internet. All right. Thank you very much, Mark. Sahar, how did you find the job that you have now? Thank you very, very much for some practical advice, Sahar. I like that even though, you can't answer the question, you can still try to answer it, through your own kind of experience and knowledge. So thank you for still helping, even though you're not working. And if you are looking for a job, I hope you get it, okay? So you said at the internet. So what we say is on the internet, okay? So we say on the internet, all right? Okay, is this feeling a little better, Mark? Is this better? Okay, welcome, Omar. So, Omar, today we are speaking about online recruitment. So, Omar, please tell us, how did you find the job that you have now? Go ahead, Omar.
Yes, teacher, I don't have a job right now. I'm a student in the high school.
Okay, thank you for telling that to us, Omar. But let's say, for instance, if you were looking for a job, how would you find a job? How would you look for a job?
So, teacher, I don't hear you very well.
Okay, so I was just asking, if, for instance, you were looking for a job, in your country, how would you look for a job? How would you look for a job? What would you use? Would you use the internet? Would you use a magazine? How would you do it?
Absolutely. I surf the internet for looking a job. Go to many company and give it him my my application.
Thank you very much, Omar. So you said go to many companies. So I just want you to remember that if you say many, you are using a plural. So you should say many companies. Many companies, okay? That was some very good information from you, Omar, Mark, and Sahar. So let's move on. It says, do you know these words? Do you know these words? Now, before I show you the words, I want you to... Oh, you're welcome. So please look at the pictures and guess, all right? What is the thing in the picture, all right? So Mark, I want you to first try and guess the first picture. What is that?
First picture, it's
Hello, Mark. Can you try one more? Oh, you said resume. You're right. You're absolutely right. The first picture is a resume. Sahar, please try and guess what is the second picture. Welcome, Constance, to today's lesson on online recruitment. So what we are doing now is guessing what these pictures represent. Okay? So the first picture is a resume. And the second picture, Sahar, I would like you to please try and guess what is the second picture. All right. Excellent, and thank you, Saha. That is exactly what it is. It is a want ad, a want advertisement. That is when people advertise things that they need or want. Great job. Omar, I would like you to please guess what is the third picture. Now, please just keep in mind that today's lesson is about online recruitment, okay? So, Omar, please guess what is the third picture. Okay, unfortunately, Omar, I am having some trouble hearing you. Okay, so I am going to pass the question on to Constance. Constance, please tell me, what do you think the third picture is? Please try, Constance. Okay, thank you so much for trying, Constance. It is an interview. So please just remember about today's lesson. We are talking about online recruitment. So people looking for jobs and people hiring, employees. All right. So Mark, please guess the fourth picture. What is the fourth picture, Mark? The fourth picture is a job application. It is a job application. Now, I just want to remind everyone, if I say a word that you don't understand, or if there's a phrase that you are not sure of the meaning, please just let me know on the chat box or just raise your hand, okay? Sahar, go ahead. You have a question. Okay, that is a great question, Sahar. Now, I am just going to just write the meaning of a job application. Okay, a job application is when you go and look for a job with a company. They will give you a form where they want you to write all your information. So if you are looking for a job at Coca-Cola, for example, they will give you a Coca-Cola job application form, and it will ask you for information that is related to the job you are asking for. Now, a resume is also called a CV in other countries. A resume is something that has your personal information. It also has information about all the jobs you have done and all the skills you possess. Do you understand? Okay, that was really great. So now, before we carry on, I would like you to please just read the words to me, okay? I want you to read all four phrases, all right? Please read them one at a time. Constance, please read the words for me. Go ahead, Constance. So, Constance, I would like you to read all the words. So you said resume. The next one, please read the next one. Okay, well read, Constance. So I'm just going to correct you by reading the words myself, okay? So everyone, please just pay attention to the pronunciation, all right? The first one is a resume, a resume. A want ad, a want ad. An interview, an interview. A job application, a job application. All right, Mark, please read the words to me. Go ahead, Mark. Also perfect, very well read. Okay, now the next section of this is put the words into groups. So the first group is job seeker, and the second group is employer. So the first word I want you to put into one of these groups is a resume, a resume. Now please think to yourself, who has a resume? A job seeker or an employer? Mark, go ahead. Please do the first one. All right. Excellent, Mark. So in a job situation, the person who is a job seeker will have a resume to show the potential employer. Sahar, please do the next one. Is a want ad something that a job seeker will put out, or is it something that an employer will put out? Okay, very good try, Sahar. But please just remember, so if I own a company and I want somebody to come and work for me, I will have to take out a want ad. I will send it to a newspaper or to an online company, and I will tell them what I am looking for. And so okay, great try, Sahar. I will ask you again for another one. All right, Constance, please do. What is an interview? Is that something that a job seeker will organize, or is it something that an employer will organize? Okay, Constance, I'm not sure I heard you correctly, but I think you said job seeker. But an interview is something that a potential employer will organize, right? After you send in your application and they think, oh, wow, Constance looks like a great person to hire, and then they will invite you to an interview. All right. Sahar, I would like you to do the fourth one. Is a job application something that a job seeker will fill out or an employer? Excellent, Sahar. Definitely, when you are looking for a job, you will have to fill out a job application. Okay, great job, everyone. So it says, in your country, when companies recruit new workers, what do employers do? And what do job seekers do? Okay. So this red little, question mark in the dialog box means that I want you to please tell me real, actual information about what people in your country do. All right. So the example says employers put a want ad in the newspaper to advertise a new job, and that is what the employers do. Now, job seekers send a resume to a company for a job. All right. So please tell me, what do employers do in your company, in your country, and what do job seekers do in your country when they are looking for jobs? Okay. So I would like Mark. Mark, please go first. All right. Thank you, Mark. That was excellent. So, in your country, people use a want ad and they put it on the internet, and job seekers send in a CV. That was great. So, everyone, CV is the same thing as a resume, the same kind of information on a CV and a resume. That was a great job, Mark. Sahar, please try and tell us about your country. Go ahead, Sahar. Right. Another excellent response, Sahar. So it was really great hearing you talk about how in your country they put out want ads to on specific newspapers, right? Because they won't put it on the entertainment magazine. They will take it to a specific magazine or newspaper where people will go to look for jobs. That was very well said, Sahar. Constance, please tell us about what people do in your country. All right. Thank you very, very much, Constance. That was also very informative. So, in your country, people use the internet and newspapers. Okay, so let's just move on. Do you agree or disagree with the following five statements? Okay, the first one, I will read them first. Okay, the first one says employers often advertise jobs online. Employers often advertise jobs online. It is a bad idea to put a resume online. It is a bad idea to put a resume online. Employers never look online for job seekers. Employers never look online for job seekers. Online recruiting is becoming more commonplace. Online recruiting is becoming more commonplace. Employers like you to fill in a job application online. Employers like you to fill in a job application online. So for this section, I want you to first please read the statement. After you read the statement, please tell me if you agree or disagree. Constance, please do number one. Number one only, okay? Go ahead, Constance. So, do you agree or disagree, Constance? So, Constance, that was very well read. Number one says employers often advertise jobs online. So, do you agree, Constance? Do you think it's true or do you think it's false? Do you think number one is true or false? Please try again, Constance. Okay, unfortunately, I'm having some trouble hearing you, Constance, so I'm going to move number one to Mark. Mark, please read the number one statement, and please tell us if you agree or disagree. And if you can, please give us a reason why. Go ahead, Mark.
Thank you, teacher. The em- employer often advertise job online. Is it in my country is true. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Mark. Very well read, and I agree with you. I agree. In my country, too, many employers advertise their jobs online because then a lot more people can see their applications even as soon as they put it online. So I think they can get a very fast response. Sahar, please read number 2 and please tell us if you agree or disagree. And if you can, please give us a reason why you agree or disagree. Go ahead, Sahar. All right. Thank you very much, Sahar, and I completely agree with you. Well, actually, no, I disagree with you because I think it's a good idea to put a. Oh yes, actually, I agree with you. I agree with you. It is a good idea to put your resume online because many people, many potential employers can see it. But sometimes I worry because you have so much personal information on your resume, and you don't know who is looking at this information. Uh, Constance, please read number 3 and tell us if you agree or disagree and why. Go ahead, Constance. Okay, Constance, unfortunately, I still cannot hear you. So if you are trying to speak, just make sure that your microphone button is green. And whenever you are ready to speak to us, please raise your hand or send me a message on the chat box. Okay, so Mark, please do number 3. Please read the statement. Tell us if you agree or disagree and why. Okay, thank you very much, Mark. I also disagree. I think many employers look online for people. So you were struggling with one of your sentences. I think you were trying to say, if I need an employee, okay? If I need an employee, then I will look online. All right, great job, Mark. So Sahar, please do number 4. Go ahead, Sahar. Okay. Thank you very much, Sahar. And I agree with you. Day after day, these days, more and more, employers look for people online, and so many more people have access to the internet, and so it is easier to find jobs and people. So you were having some problems saying the word recruiting. Recruiting. Okay, great job, Sahar. Mark, please do number 5. Okay, thank you, Mark. And I agree with you too, actually. After you find a few potential employees, and then, if you get them to fill in your own company's application form, and, you can find out if they're the best person for the job. So before we carry on, I would like you both to please read the statements for me, okay? Now this is your chance to practice any words that you are uncomfortable pronouncing, okay? So Mark, I want you to read number 1 first. Please read only. Read number 1, Mark. Okay, great try, Mark. Now I'm going to read the sentence twice, and then I'm going to ask you to read it one more time, okay? I want you to pay attention to the word employers, okay? Employers. So it is number 1. Employers often advertise jobs online. Employers often advertise jobs online. So Mark, please read one more time. Okay, thank you so much for trying, Mark. I just want you to always pay attention when you say the word employers. Employers, okay? Pretend it is an I, not an E, okay? Employers. All right, good job, Mark. Sahar, please read number 1 for me. Sahar? Okay, excellent, Sahar. I don't think you have any problems there. I think maybe the word advertise. Advertise, okay? Sahar, I want you to read number 2. Sahar, go ahead. Okay, great try there, Sahar. So I'm going to read the sentence twice, and I'm going to ask you to read it again. Please remember, the word is resume. Resume, okay? It is a bad idea to put a resume online. It is a bad idea to put a resume online. Please read that sentence one more time, Sahar. Excellent. Perfect. Well done, Sahar. Mark, please read number 2. Excellent. Well done, Mark. I just want you to pay attention to the word idea. Idea. Okay? Great job, Mark. So, Mark, please read number 3 for me. Please read number 3. Remember, it's employers. Okay? Go ahead, Mark. Okay. Great job, Mark. You said employers perfectly. Well done. Okay, so it is employers never. Employers never look online for job seekers. Employers never look online for job seekers. Sahar, please read that sentence for me. Perfect. Well done, Sahar. So sometimes when you pronounce a word in English or French or any language, it's natural to make some mistakes when you speak. The important thing is to be able to notice your mistake so that you can correct it next time. So Sahar, it's okay if you make a mistake when you say the word. So just correct yourself afterwards, okay? So Mark, please. Oh, sorry, Sahar. Please read number 4. Sahar. Right. Great try, Sahar. Now you were having some problems with the word recruiting. Recruiting. I'm going to read that sentence and then after I want you to repeat after me, okay? Online recruiting is becoming more commonplace. Online recruiting is becoming more commonplace. Please read that sentence one more time, Sahar. Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Well done, Sahar. You did a great job. Okay. Um, yeah, so sometimes, some words you look at it and then your brain wants to say one thing, and, the pronunciation is different, especially with English, I think. So just practice, reading some English books and listening to English shows and stuff, and, you will get used to the sounds. Okay, great job, Sahar. Mark, please read number 4 for me. Okay, excellent, Mark. I don't think you have any problems. Okay, it's recruiting. Recruiting. Okay, not recruiting. Recruiting. It is recruiting. Recruiting. Okay? All right, Mark, I want you to read number 5 as well. All right. Perfect, Mark. Well read. Employers like you to fill in a job application online. So just remember the 2 words, a job application, like don't pause, not job application. It's job application. Okay? Job application. All right? Great job. Sahar, I want you to read number 5, please. All right? Great job to you too, Sahar. So just remember, it's employers. Employers. Okay? So let's just move on. It says compare your answers. Now, I think we already spoke about the sentences, so we can move on. Discuss the best way to advertise a position at your company. Now, I am going to read to you an example of the kind of discussion I want you to have. So, Mark, I want you to be student A, and Sahar, I want you to be student B, okay? So first, I will read both parts, and then after, I want you to first read what is said on the page, okay? And then after, we will do a different practice. So first, please listen. Student A. We need someone to replace Mike. Oh, sorry. We need someone to replace Mike who's moving to Brazil. Where do you think we should advertise? We need to replace Mike who's moving to Brazil. Where do you think we should advertise? Student B. I suggest that we put a want ad in the local newspaper. I suggest that we put a want ad in the local newspaper. Alright, so Mark, please read student A's part, and Sahar, please read student B's part. Go ahead. Okay, thank you very much, Sahar and Mark. That was very, very well read. So Mark, please pay attention to the words replace. Replace, okay? And also advertise. Advertise, alright? Now I want you both to please change the dialogue a little bit, okay? Please change the information a little bit. So I want you to do it again, but maybe change the person's name and the country. Just make it a different dialogue, okay? Try again. Mark, you are still student A, and Sahar, you are still student B. Go ahead. Okay, thank you very much, Sahar and Mark. That was a great dialogue, and you changed it very nicely, Mark. Mark, I just want you to please repeat this word after me, okay? Just say advertise. Advertise, okay? Mark, please just say that word once for me. Go ahead, Mark. Perfect. Perfect. You're welcome, Mark. And Sahar, you keep saying, let's put an advertisement, okay? Please say, let's put an ad. Okay, you can say, let's put an ad, or Let's put a want ad. Let's put a want ad. Okay, Sahar? Okay, so let's just move on to the summary. All right, so I want you to ask each other these questions. Sahar, please ask Mark the first question. So, Mark, why do you have a resume online? Okay, that's fine. Mark, please ask Sahar the question. Please ask Sahar the first question. Okay, thank you very, very much, Sahar. Unfortunately, we were having some sound problems there, so we couldn't hear everything that you said. So, sorry, everyone. I think we had a quick loss of communication. I'm so sorry about that. But also, unfortunately, we have come to the end of today's lesson. I'm sorry for all the technical difficulties that we just experienced. Now, before we finish with today's lesson, I would just like to find out if you have any questions. Do you have any questions, Sahar, Mark? Can you hear me? Okay, unfortunately, I cannot hear either one of you, but I hope you are still in class with me. So before we leave, I would like you to please just rate my teaching, okay? If you think today's lesson was great, please feel free to give me a 5 for excellent, okay? And if you have any tips or advice that you would like to give me, or any comments even, please write those for me as well. I am also writing my email address down so that if you have any questions that you would like to ask me, that you think of after the lesson, please feel free to send me an email, okay? Now also, I'm also going to release the slides so that if you would like to stay in class, you can do that as well. Okay, thank you so much for joining me in today's lesson. All right, take care and goodbye.